And we are with the coach of the New Hampshire Wildcats, Bill Herrion. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Not bad. Thank you very much for this interview. Your team 3-3, but your record's very deceptive because you really haven't been blown out of any games. You've really been in every single one of them.
No, we have. We've had a chance here early in the year to maybe win a couple of games that, against teams that are, quote unquote higher level teams. We lost down at BC by 3. Didn't make free throws. Turned it over late in the game. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. We lost to a very good Loyola Baltimore team, which you guys know in your league.
Yeah.
I think they're 7-1 right now at home by 6. Very good game. And we lost at Holy Cross last week by 5. The game that went down to the wire. So we're 3-3. We'd like to have maybe one more win, but very good win for us at Brown the other night on the road. But we also know, coming down here to Fairfield, it's going to be an extremely difficult game against a very talented and really well-coached team.
Yeah, now you're pre-ranked 5th in the America East. You finished 7th last season, but you guys do return. You got a lot of people back from injuries. You return a multitude of players. What are the expectations right now in New Hampshire?
Well, this is my 7th year, and this is my second go-around in the America East. I was the head coach at Drexel for 8 years back in the 90s when we were in this league. And our expectations and our goals never change. We want to win this league, and we want to try to get to the NCAA tournament. Now, that's much easier said than done, especially when you're in a one-bid league. And I keep telling our guys, all these non-conference games early in the year are hopefully games that help get us ready for conference play in January and February. And then, at the end of the day, like you guys know in your league, it comes down to 3 games in March, and that's when you have to be good.
What would you say out of the first 6 games is the biggest strength for this team?
Well, what I like about our team, I think the difference with this team as opposed to previous years, I think we're much more versatile on the offensive end of the floor. We have more guys to go to. We have more guys that can put the ball in the basket. We can spread people out a little bit. I think the downside, or probably the negative on offense, is we're not a real imposing inside team offensively. We don't get a lot of stuff around the bucket. When we started the season, we had 2 closed scrimmages, back like everybody does back in October, November. I was very concerned early in the year about our team defensively and just on the glass. And this team has improved immensely in the last 4 to 5 weeks. Defensively, I think we're first in our league in points allowed per game. We're second in field goal percent defense, and we're second in rebound margin. So I think the areas of the game that you need to be good at defensively, on the glass, things of that nature, we're starting to get better at. But we know tomorrow, it's going to be a really, really difficult game for us against a good team.
Now, how vital is it to come down to the arena, Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, and even if you don't win this game, how vital is it to play this Fairfield team tough, or even get a huge out-of-conference road victory against a quality opponent?
Yeah, no, it's big, and I think that's what we're trying to sell on our kids, just like every coach in America. And I know it's kind of an old cliche, is we're just trying to win the next game and be the best that we can be every next game. I know they had a hard-fought game last night against Old Dominion up in Springfield. You kind of hope as a coach, and I know this won't happen, that maybe they're a little tired or maybe overlooking, which I know they won't be. But no, it's another great opportunity for us. I told our kids, when you look at the MAC, you look at Iona, Fairfield, and Loyola, and you probably throw those 3 teams in a hat. And we've played Loyola, and we played them tough, so we've got a little bit of a taste of the upper level of the MAC conference. But this game's on the road. We played Loyola at home, and you guys well know how difficult it is winning on the road in college basketball. It's very hard to do.
And you mentioned the defense of this team. Fairfield's also been known as a defensive team, so it's really going to be a defensive battle.
Well, I hope it is. I hope it is on our end. Tough matchups. Rakeem Sanders, I think, puts a whole different dimension on their offense. He's a 3-man that plays like, offensively kind of like a 4 or a 5 because they post him up so much and he's so strong physically around the basket. That's going to be a really, really hard matchup for us. We don't see that in our league, that size and strength at the 3 every night we step on the court. I think the key when you go on the road is, offensively you have to execute. I told our guys, if we're shooting it too quick and we're just jacking threes and we're not executing on offense and quick shooting it, or we're turning it over, I think that's where Fairfield really can get us, and they get is their transition. With the point guard from Desmond Wade, and with Needham played well last night. We got to try to keep them out of transition.
Yeah, and you guys have some great guards yourself, though. You have Jordan Bronner and Alvin Abreu. How important is it for them to show up on Sunday?
Well, no, really important. It's kind of as our guards go, we go. But like you guys well know, as each game goes by in a season, and there's more scouting and there's more information on your team, people are going to come after our guards. So we've got to get other people involved. Patrick Conan is a sophomore transfer from Liberty University who's playing well. Chandler Rhodes is our second leading scorer. He's kind of a wing 3-player for us. So we've got, we're not good enough for 1 or 2 guys to carry the load for us, let alone beat a team the quality of Fairfield. We need more people involved.
And last one, for New Hampshire to win tomorrow, what do they have to do?
Yeah, we gotta. We got to have our poise. Like the first. I know coaches say this all the time. The first 5 minutes of the game is going to be crucial. That we kind of get ourselves under control, offensively, defensively. We cannot turn the ball over. We have to execute on offense. We're a defensive team, so then we have to get on the other end of the floor, and we got to try to do what we do best, and that's guard Fairfield and just make it difficult, with them. Concerned about the glass, with Olander and Barrow and some of the front court athletes that they have. I'm concerned about, limiting them to one shot.